Kyle, can you just share some of what you learned on your latest research about dementia utilizing Rendever?
100%. We're getting ready for a white paper, which will go deep into all of this. But we just finished a 3-year-long clinical trial on use of VR for very specifically family engagement. And so we paired people with anywhere from MCI through moderate dementia. Can't quote the exact MMSE, but I think it was something like 14 to 27, with a family member who is not their primary caregiver, a family member who doesn't live within a 50-mile radius. On average, in the almost 200 families we enrolled, on average, that distance was 1,069 miles. We're really talking about people who don't get to spend any time together, dealing with the guilt and the burden of what that feels like, and other feelings, which again, we can have a whole panel on, coming together and spending time together. And there were a lot of really interesting outcomes. For us, it was a study on social health, it was a study on mental health, it was a study on human connection. Most of our deployments with Rendever are more like groups that are all physically co-located, but to be able to spend time with a family member who you can't spend time with, wildly cool, first of all. And then we wanted to be like, what's the impact? My favorite of all the outcomes is that, and this is the one that I think should hopefully fundamentally change how people think about VR, what we found was that the higher the level of cognitive decline, the greater the impact on mental health, the greater the impact on reducing depression. There's a lot of data that we could share, but to me, that's everything, because we're all in that meeting that I just had, we were looking at, some people think that maybe social isolation really isn't a problem. Some people over-index on their super active residents, right? Every community has 5 residents who are, they're everywhere. They're the spokespeople. And then there are some residents that are on the tail end of high acuity care, nothing but one-on-ones. What do we do with the 40% that's in the middle? And do we just keep asking them to come to bingo? Or do we utilize their family? Do we utilize their stories, their legacy, as a way to integrate them into community? And that's what this whole body of research has been about. I'm really excited to share more over the next few months.